Hello everybody, how are you? I thought I'd just give you a quick update on how things are going with the podcast. Before Christmas I finished 5 episodes using audio, and I started off knowing absolutely nothing. I know a little bit more than nothing now, not much more. Using, first of all, video tutorials from YouTube, learning about CapCut, learning about using Zoom. I literally started off with very little knowledge about the technical knowledge about how to make a podcast. Other than really enjoying podcasts and following a lot of podcasts, I didn't know anything. So I'm beginning to learn a little bit more about the technical side of things now, which is great. I'm quite proud of myself because I'm pretty useless with tech. So managed to get that, and I wanted to show you a little bit I want to show you my kit. Okay, so I started off with just the mobile phone that I'm using now, and I bought on Vinted my lovely mic, which is a Blue Yeti mic. It's usually quite expensive. Oh, it's not good, is it? It's usually quite expensive, but I got it cheap on Vinted. It's somebody who obviously thought they were going to start a podcast and it never got off the ground, or it didn't go very far. I hope that doesn't happen to me. I hope I don't have to resell it. So this is like a USB mic, supposed to be quite a good mic. I think it's not bad. And I had to buy a little cable to connect it to the computer and to my phone. So that was the first thing I did. Other than the video tutorials, a friend of mine gave me this book, which is a little bit out of date now because it was written, I think, about 5 years ago, but gave really good sort of like basic concepts of how to make and plan a podcast. There's so much information to know about it, different possible streaming, ways of streaming, different platforms that you can use, how to put it up online, how to share your podcast with different streaming platforms like Spotify is where I've got the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and there's a whole load of more. In Spain, the iVox as well is there. So all of that took me quite a lot of time to figure out. Video tutorials on YouTube, listening to it, trial and error, all the rest of it. And along the way, you also make loads of mistakes, which I did. And anyway, got that up on, before I even recorded anything, I was doing all of that. Then I bought these fancy earphones, which really I don't need because you could use any earphones, but I just thought it just feels so much more professional. So the earphones, obviously when you're doing a Zoom interview or something like that, are really important to hear the sound well. But really, it could just be little mini earphones. But I thought these look really great. So I got the earphones. They weren't expensive. I thought they were expensive, for 30 euros or something like that, but they are really good actually, and they cancel out a lot of sound. And then that was the main thing. That's all I got. So the phone, the microphone, and the earphones. I eventually paid a subscription to Zoom because during one of my interviews on Zoom, the time ran out, because if you have free Zoom, you only get 40 minutes, and the time ran out, which is really embarrassing, and you can't immediately start a new meeting after those 40 minutes. So it was just really awkward. I had to wait. I had to ask the guy, Mark, who was really kind to wait, if I could reschedule and all the rest of it, and it was just a pain. And during that interview, I also forgot to click record, which is just the worst thing that can happen, and then had to restart. So anyway, that happened. And then over Christmas, I had a bit of a flash because all of the podcasts that I listen to, also use video, and it's something that I've been absolutely terrified about doing because again, really because of the tech side of things. All of them use video, so that if you're listening to it on Spotify, you've got the option to connect to the video or to connect only to the audio, and also to publicize the podcast, which is really important on Instagram or wherever you publish it, to have little snippets of the video. So anyway, I thought I would take the plunge, and I'm going to show you what I bought, because one of the problems, if you watch a lot of podcasts, you realise that they often have 2 mics, one for the guest and one for the host. And the problem is those mics are joined to a mixing desk. Oh, it's got another word, but I don't remember. and that gets channeled to the computer. That's a whole other level of tech that I didn't want to get involved in. So at the moment, what I've been doing is just sitting across the table with this mic, which I don't think it sounds that bad. You'll have to let me know what you think about the sound. But I decided that I'm going to take it up a level and perhaps use video. So I have bought some new things, okay? And I wanted to unbox them with you, as you do. Well, when I was on holiday, before I was on holiday, I ordered some lapel mics. I thought this is a really good idea. Like if you're interviewing somebody, you don't have to be really close to them, which can be a bit awkward sometimes when you're like 50 centimeters away from their face and you're talking to them. If you don't know them really well, that is a little bit uncomfortable for them and for you. So I thought I'll try some lapel mics, and I did loads of research. And of course, I'm not buying really expensive stuff because I can't, and because, you know, maybe when I'm rich and famous podcast, don't know, you can get really good stuff. So I bought these lapel mics just before Christmas, and the idea was that I took them on holiday with me and maybe did an interview when I was on holiday, but they didn't come on time. So I sent, Amazon said to me that they'd already been delivered, but they hadn't been delivered, so they gave me the money back. So when I was on holiday, I went to a tech sort of like fair thing where they sold really cheap stuff, and I bought them there really cheaply for, I think was about 30 euros. So this is these are lapel mics with a little charging station, and they've got a little piece of kit that goes into the bottom of your phone, and that picks up the signal. And the guests and you just wear one of these mics, and you can sit next to each other. You can sit, I think, like 10 meters away from each other, and the sound in theory still sounds good. I haven't tried them yet. Well, I've tried them at home on my own, but I haven't tried them in a podcast yet. So anyway, when I got back from holiday, I had these, and lo and behold, these turned up, the ones that I had ordered and had the money given back to me, turned up. So I've got 2 sets of lapel mics, which I'm going to hang on to. And they have this fancy little thing, which I don't really know what to do with and what they're for, which goes on top of the lapel mic. Now, I'm guessing this is for like noise reduction or something. They're really soft. But I don't know what to do with that yet, so I'll figure that out. And I bought 2 new things that I'm going to show you. So the last guest that I've interviewed, I haven't published this podcast yet because it was with video. I'm not going to tell you who it is, it's a surprise. Helped me, I did it with video with her, and helped me, and she had a tripod. So here we go, I'm just opening it now. This is a tripod. It looks really small. It's supposed to be up to like 1.50 meters, so you can put it on the ground. And hold on, let's see how it works. Oh, okay. So I don't know how that's going to be 150. I'm just going to come back a bit. Okay, here we go. Legs open, and okay, that's where you go your phone. Oh, hold on. Oh. That's good, isn't it? It's supposed to be 1.50 meters. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, it's got a remote control, so you can start it. Ah! Okay, it's growing. Well, that's still not 1.50 meters, is it? Let me see. I'm 1.60 meters something. That's not good, is it? So let me just try. Oh yeah, it goes all the way up. Yay! Yeah, it's about right. So that's a tripod. New and fancy tripod. And then I bought, because of course the light, I'm lucky at the moment because I'm sitting by the window and the light is quite good here. I bought this thing that my friend Patricia also showed me how to use, and this is hopefully going to improve the light on the videos that I make. Oh, so we've got a clip here, and oh, okay. Ah, okay, I see. That goes in there. Okay, so it's a clip, and that in theory goes on the back of your phone, and hold on, should be charged. Hold on a second. Figure this stuff out. Ah, yeah. So this in theory can be Okay, so that is, okay. Not loving that, but in theory, it's gonna give a much better light. I don't know why. Okay, so you can change the light from like warm light to cold light, and it reflects on my glasses, but gives you a bit more light in your face, because otherwise you look, if you've got one of those down lights or up lights, like when you're in the hairdressers, you look like death. Well, I look like death anyway. So I've got this, I've got this, I've got the earphones, I've got the mics and the fluffy bits, and in theory I'm ready for action for the next part of this podcast, which is I'm going to record in January. I'm going to record in January and hopefully use video. Now the problem with video is I'm actually editing my podcast using CapCut, which is the easiest system that I found to edit it. I tried to use Audacity, but I just can't get my head around it. So CapCut's quite intuitive, is that a word? And I've been using that. But when you do video, you've got like two, what do you call it? In Spanish you call it pistas, I don't know what it's called in English. Two things. And the sound and the video has to kind of match up. And now in theory, it should be easy to just kind of cut and slice, cut and glue, cut and paste the video as the same way that you do with the sound. When you make a mistake, when you record, you cut and paste. That's the theory. But I haven't done it yet and I'm a little bit scared because I've already recorded one interview, like 40-minute interview, and it was really good and I don't want to mess it up, so I'm really scared. So it may take a while for me to get things up again, just saying. I mean, I don't have any pressure, no one's putting any pressure on me except myself, but I was doing one podcast a week, which is a bit mental when you're working full time. You just literally can't keep it up. But yeah, I've got a few really good interviews lined up. I'm really excited about. I'm really enjoying doing this. It's a hobby that I'm really, really enjoying. I mean, I've had mad hobbies in the past, and you know, my family will tell you, when I start a hobby, I like to get all the kit. So I remember I had a mad, obsessive hobby about making cookies, biscuits, and decorating them. I was so like obsessed with decorating them, and they had to be perfect that, you know, I even didn't like people eating them. But I bought every single thing you could possibly imagine to make cookies. Anyway, so that was a while back. And then I had a roller skating hobby. So I bought all the kit, the really good roller skates, the knee guards, the elbow guards, the wrist guards, everything. And I started doing free classes in the park. They do that in Zaragoza. And I saw so many people have really bad falls that I just got chicken. Ended up getting rid of all of that stuff. Then I bought skiing stuff or secondhand skiing stuff. Never skied. But we live quite close to the Pyrenees, and I bought secondhand ski boots, I bought the trousers, I bought the jacket, went skiing for one day, fell over, watched loads of YouTube videos about how to ski. Well, so obviously that doesn't help, and I've been sort of twice skiing, so anyway, don't reuse that kit. So that is, you know, my daughter uses that when she goes skiing now. And yeah, other hobbies like knitting, jewellery making, mad hobbies, and have invested in kit before, but I'm really enjoying it. I hope it lasts. I hope you stay with me, my super fans, and keep following. And also, I won't go on any longer. Also, I'm really keen to have any feedback. Okay, at the moment I know I'm doing a lot of Spanish interviews, but any feedback, any ideas about people you think would be really good to interview, anything at all, I really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you, have a really good weekend, and hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll have something for you.